You were recently at the Met.
Yeah.
How was your experience?
This one, I've been to two. The first one was kind of out there. I'm not gonna lie. The theme was American colonialism, and I saw some wild stuff. People showing up in like with horse masks on their chests, and I don't know if they cared about the theme. Some people showed up in chains. Some people just showed up in regular tuxedos. Like I don't think they cared about the theme that year.
Right.
I mean, it was in it at the end of the day. It was okay. It was definitely a place to network.
Yes.
And it was nice. But this one was black.
The Dandyism.
This one was black.
Tell me about it.
I'll tell you, we walked in, everybody looked like they were in their Sunday's best. I'm watching, black men show up with crowns on their heads. Of course, they got the nice suit, they dressed to the nines, they got the rings on, they flaring out, I'm like, okay, this is nice.
Did you have a fanboy experience?
I wouldn't say I had a fanboy experience. I would definitely say it was like, oh shoot, that's such and so.
Yeah.
I remember Tyler Perry came around the corner, and I'm like, I did not realize because I never met him in person, obviously, how tall Tyler Perry was. I'm like, goodness gracious.
Madea big as I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, you sure you dressing as a female?
I seen him a couple times.
Oh my gosh,
For sure.
How you doing that to these people?
Yeah.
And you acting with the females. I'm like, you making the females look like they Simone Biles,
No, for sure. He's definitely and swaggy too. My dad. I've never seen him, not put together. But when you got that much money, he putting it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, it was funny because all the hosts, for the Met Gala had to shake everybody's hands, and I was like, "Ooh, thank God I'm not a host this year." But it was funny because I'm going down the list and I'm shaking everybody's hands, and the wildest thing was happening. I shook Anna Winter's hand. And she's like, "Yes, I remember you because we met at the U.S. Open." And I'm over here like, I never thought the woman who was dictating fashion would know my name, let alone remember where we met.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Lewis, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, we met, and your
took
friends."
My money.
Nah, he earned that, man. Yeah. He earned that, but. He's like, "Yeah, we met at the U.S. Open, and you know my boy Miles." And I'm like, yeah.
You know Miles?
Yeah.
The fencer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, he gave me one of his chains, bro. He gave me one of his Olympic chains.
Bro,
Miles is cool.
Miles is definitely that guy.
He knows everybody. I don't know how he knows everybody, but he knows everybody.
Bro, and no, I'm not just on the scene, off the scene.
Yes.
He know where to go. But you get him in it, bro.
He knows what's popping.
What's not? No, you don't want to do that. That's sweaty. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You want to be over here.
No, Miles is legit. Yeah. But yeah, we ended up talking, and then Miles was there, so we all had a conversation real quick. Then I go to Pharrell, and it was crazy because I just watched your movie, and I met him at the GQ Man of the Year, like in February, January, and I met him and his wife, and then we meet again. It's like, wow, okay, again, I didn't think I'd be knowing this many people, and then I go to ASAP. Now we had never met in person, but he was very familiar of me, and I just did a photo shoot with his cousin, ASAP Nast. And, here we are talking about it. I'm like, how the heck am I talking and knowing all these people? And again, making all these connections. Like, this is not what I thought of myself when I was on the table for asthma on the breathing machine thinking, am I going to be able to play sports? And then I finally get to Coleman Domingo. I go up and shake his hand, and we recall when we met the last time, and how he took the picture with my mom, and he was like, "You're very fashionable," and we were, just chopping it up. And when I get to him, I'm like, "Yo, it's so great to see you, and I love how you, look at where you're at, And he's looking at me. He's like, "Look at me, look at you. When I saw your name on the list, I told Anna that you need to be there." And I'm like, "What? That's crazy." Like you never know what God's doing in the background.
That's facts.
Like God over here plotting on you to be in positions that he wants to take you, and you don't even know. And we had one interaction, and we were just very casual. And here he is, fighting for me to be at the Met Gala. And before that, I wasn't an Olympic champion. I don't even know if he knew who I was. But he was fighting for me to be there in that moment because he saw something and he's like, you need to be a part of it.